Hey everybody, it is Oracle back here once again. Cabin in the Woods 2. Will it happen? Director comments and everything we know. This is coming from Screen Rant. So we're going to go ahead and read some of the article here, or most of the article. Let's see what we got here. The meta horror comedy The Cabin in the Woods was a surprise success when it hit theaters all the way back in 2012. I remember seeing it, saw it, great. I own it on Vudu, and it's a fun movie. But will there be a sequel? Drew Goddard, I know I mispronounced his last name, meta horror comedy The Cabin in the Woods was a surprise hit when it premiered in theaters over a decade ago. A long time ago, man. But Cabin in the Woods 2 news is pretty scant. The original film followed five 20 somethings whose characterizations relied heavily on classic horror movie tropes as they ventured out for a getaway to a cabin in the woods. However, the friends get picked off one by one until only two remain, and Dana, Kristen Connolly, and Marty Frank Krenz soon realize that what's going on is actually much bigger than they intentionally thought. It was a surprise. I mean, I'll admit that, and it's the reason why I like the film. As it turned out, the cabin was part of a much bigger system of scares run by Searson, Richard Jenkins, Hadley, Bradley, Whitford, and the director Sigourney Weaver. Necessary blood must be spilled to apply to the ancient gods and prologue an impending apocalypse. However, Dana and Marty decide to let the world burn, unleashing the titans of the unsuspected human race, while the cabin in the woods ending left zero room for a second installment that hasn't stopped audience from asking for one. There isn't a ton of Cabin in the Woods 2 news to be had, but Drew Goddard has spoken out about a sequel in the past. Let's see what he says. The latest Cabin in the Woods 2 news, unfortunately, isn't all that recent. In 2018, director Drew Goddard spoke to Fandango while promoting his film Bad Times at the El Royale. The interviewer mentions that at one point there had been talks for a sequel to Cabin in the Woods, and Goddard admits that there were. However, he and Cabin in the Woods co-writer Josh Whedon were grasping at straws and weren't willing to do a sequel simply for a sequel's sake. While this is arguably the right choice, he did also point out that Hollywood is in a time of never say never. His comments can be read below. Let's see what this man says. All right. So, well, we sort of painted ourselves into a corner with the ending of Cabin in the Woods. It's not a thing that calls for an easy sequel. I'll tell you that much. We had some crazy ideas, but Joss Whedon and I both felt strongly that we didn't want to do it just to do it. Right. I'm very lucky that I get to keep making movies. I don't need to just go make a sequel for the sake of making a sequel. The only way we could do it is if we could do it justice, and the truth is it's hard one to do justice to. Every version of continuing the story undercuts the ending that we had in Cabin, and I just felt like that continues to be the perfect ending for the movie, and I never want to undercut it. I mean, look, I never say never either. I've learned tomorrow that a bolt of lightning could strike, and you could think of an idea that does the first one justice, but I haven't quite had that idea yet. I haven't had the idea yet that makes me go, oh, we have to drop everything and do that now. While Cabin in the Woods 2 news has Leslie stated that the sequel isn't confirmed, the first film's success and legacy certainly warrant one. So the way it ended, it was very, 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 very interesting. But overall, the movie was very, very cool. I loved it. I love the whole outdoor atmosphere, out in the middle of nowhere, that kind of stuff. Um, for them to make a sequel, is it possible? In my opinion, the way it ended, it's like a 50-50 chance. But I think that there could be a sequel. You just never know because people always put out sequels to movies left and right. Uh, you know, we can have a movie that has been out for like 30 years, and all of a sudden we get a sequel to that film 30 or 20 years later. So you just never know. But I mean, it is an awesome movie. The first film, it is fun. It's one of the ones I watched in October. As a matter of fact, reading this article, I might even watch this one this weekend. The heck of it. But other than that, guys, what do you think of the news about that? And tell me your thoughts. And I'll see you guys back here later.